Hi everybody, it's me, Sally. I am back and I'm getting set up here for a little play in my Dylusions art journal. This is the large size and I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. So I did pull out a stencil. This is a Crafter's Workshop stencil. It's like a ledger. Yeah, it's called Mini Ledger. So I may or may not use that, but I pulled that out for some reason, so that should tell me something, right? I got some DaVinci fluid acrylics for Christmas. So I think I'm just gonna, excuse my reach, they're up here in front of me. I'm just going to pull those down and maybe we'll give those a try out and see how I like them. I have not really worked down here in quite some time, so I apologize. That's kind of why I'm a little discombobulated. Okay, so we have DaVinci Fluid Acrylic Payne's Gray, which you know I love. So I'm just going to drip some of this, kind of like that, and I'm going to add some water around it. Like I said, I don't know, that's probably too much. I can sort of tell already this is going to be a lot. I shouldn't have put so much, but once it's dry, you can just go over it again, so that's okay. I'm just going to pull it around here. I love, love, love this color. And depending on whose paint you buy, you may get a much grayer version or a bluer version, depending. This one is more blue, which I am happy about because I do like the bluer ones better. I noticed with the watercolors is kind of the same way, maybe even more so. Much more gray, Payne's Gray, than blue. And because I didn't put any gesso down, you can see this is why it's really, paper is really grabbing the paint right away as soon as it goes down. And I'm not able to move it as much as I might like. It's okay. I'm going with it. Just the first layer anyway. So I'm going to dry this and then I will think about what comes next. Try not to get my sleeves in this paint. Okay, that's mostly dry. It's all dry. Good. Okay. So now I have Alizarin Crimson Quinacridone or a Rose Madder Quinacridone. I think I'll use the rose since we're going on the blue. Let's see what we get. And just going to drip again. A little more down at that bottom where we didn't get as much before. It's really juicy. mop up some of that water in a second here. Okay, I think that's good. This is there, and we'll dry that off. It's about 90% dry, and I think I'm going to take these papers out because that paint is sticky and it's already pulling the paper off the other page on the back side, so I'll take it out. Okay, so at this stage is when I usually go looking for some collage material, because if I get collage down at this layer, then if I stencil or whatever on top, my collage is down. I prefer that to be almost like it's part of the background, so it doesn't just look like, oh look, I glued papers on here. I want it to be part of what's going on in the background. So I'm going to go decide what I want to put down for collage, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I tore some papers that I think I want to put down here next. I used just 2 pieces of this Tim Holtz collage paper. This is called Typography. And the other one is Typeset. And that's the one with the white background. And then I had some dress pattern paper, clothing, you know, for sewing clothes, some vintage paper. So I'm going to put those down. So I'm going to put these down with fluid matte medium, like that, and dry it off. And then, okay, this is pretty much dry. It still feels a little bit cool, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I am going to try out this ledger stencil, and I'm going to use this Amsterdam Raw Sienna acrylic, and I like to stencil with a blending tool, an ink blending tool. I just like the way, the control that it gives. It like glides really smoothly across the stencil. Let's see if this color is going to show up. Not too much. I may try to go over it with like a titanium white or something a little bit brighter maybe. We'll see when it dries. Or maybe it's just something that will end up getting pushed to the background. I mean, it's there. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't know that you can immediately tell that it's supposed to be a ledger, but I don't really care. I like the marks. I'm going to just like do this column, I think, over here on this side. I'm going to drag a little bit of that yellow through here. And it's going to go all the way around here as long as I got the paint out. Kind of goes with the dress paper, the pattern paper, and that one Tim Holtz paper has more yellow in it than white. Let this layer dry off really well. Clean my stencil, and okay, I just glued a few pieces of ephemera together and then to make like a pocket, and I just stapled it in because I wanted to stitch around this and I can't get my gall darn sewing machine thread. Somebody needs to invent a foolproof way for bad old eyes to thread a sewing machine needle. I even bought the one that has like the opening, the needle has the opening on the side of it, so you're supposed to just be able to slide your thread in. Yeah, not so much. So anyway, I stapled it instead. So now I just want it to look like it belongs to the page more. So I'm going to take some of the Payne spray that I used to start with in this scruffy brush, and I'm just going to, I think I'm going to dry brush. I'm going to see if that works. If I don't like it, then I don't know, I think that'll be okay. I was going to say, if I didn't like the dry brush look, then I would just water it down and put it on real watery, but I kind of like it in the way this looks. Just like the color was there and it's worn off now. Kind of looking like that, to me anyway. Okay, I'm back working on this. It's been a couple of days. I was off doing other things. So looking at it now after not seeing it for a couple of days, it's way too dark for me. So I'm going to take some white gesso and a roller and just get a little bit of light going on there. A little bit on my baby wipe there from the lid. I like the numbers. I can still see a little bit of the stencil there. I'm going to go down here because I'm not crazy about that edge. Rid of it. And okay, I like that. I may just wipe it back a little bit in a couple of places. Spread it a little thinner. I pulled out some of these cabinet cards. They're those Tim Holtz cabinet cards and a couple of tags. But these need to be brought into the color range of the page, I think. So they need a little bit of the Payne's gray probably on them at least. Maybe that's all. And then this tag was already aged with coffee, but this one is a new tag, so I need to do something with this one. So I'm going to go off camera and do those, and then I'll be back and we'll attach those to, I think the tag, this tag at least. I'm not sure how I'm going to put those in there, but I want to put some type on this tag, and I think I'll use this. This is faded type. So let's see, which one was it? This top one. And I'm just going to use the vintage photo again. I've never used this stamp before, so I'm going to see. My ink pad's not super juicy. That's good. It's just kind of faint, but that's all right. That's better. A little more here and there. Up here. Yep, that's good. That is just enough in that stamp. So I need to figure out, I may just put that down with some foam tape. I think I want some light, just a little bit of light paper or something underneath those photographs to help them pop off. Is this even in frame? Oh, brother. See, I moved everything. I moved it when I moved it out of the way. Probably didn't even see half of what I was just telling you because, you know, I'm out of practice. All right, let me tell you again. These girls, I put the Payne's Gray and the Rose Madder Quinacridone on them and then went around the edges and smeared some onto the face with the Vintage Photo Distress ink. Did the same thing on the tags, and then just now I added, I added the stamp with the Vintage Photo. And now I'm just trying to decide if I want some lighter papers just behind, maybe just the tops of those photos. So I'm going to look and see what I have that might look good there. It's just a process with me, you know. I do one thing and that kind of leads me to the next. I never have anything planned out. So that's why my videos are sometimes kind of long, because I don't know what I'm doing till I do it. So I'm going to go for okay, I'm going to start sticking stuff down here. And I found a couple more embellishments that I want to use. I have this piece of old music paper that I'm just going to tuck under the tops of these tags. It says closing song. And then I found these little tickets that I got from Madison at the Mad Fox on Instagram. I'm not going to secure the photographs. I want them to look like they're just stuck in there like they are. But I am going to put this down behind. I think it just helps the photograph kind of pop off the page a little bit. Oh, I got a lot of glue on there. Just a little lightness behind there. I think that really helps. I like it anyway. And then I have these Prima Butterflies, and I'm just going to stick these on here. I could do it with a little dimensional tape, but, and I have it right out here, but I put glue instead, so glue it is. And this little guy, where do you want to go? Right there, I think is good. There, that kind of finishes that off. I like this little group. And then my tickets, I think I am going to put down with some of this tape. So let's put tape on the back of, scissors, on the back of this big one first. Maybe something here. It's not done. I know it's not done. Oh, I pulled these feathers out. I'm going to put one of these. These are tall base Architectures from 7 Gypsies. That's what I have left as far as the feathers go. I'm just going to bring this right across both the tickets and out onto the page. I really like the Architectures pieces. Yep, I like that. So this needs a sentiment or writing or something there. This I think I need to go around just around the outside edges with Stabilo, and this needs something, so I guess I'm still not done. Okay, I went around here with Stabilo. I think you can see it's just dark around the outside edge of that, just to get it to pop off the page a little bit more. And then I took what was left of the white gesso on my palette and mixed it with some water and just spattered it. And I think I'm going to do the same thing. I put a little bit of the Payne's Gray Fluid Acrylic out here, and I just want some kind of big drips on some of the lighter spots. And if I flick my brush, I'll get the big dots like that. That's enough. And if I just flick it like that, then you get the smaller ones. And I don't want all of these on the photographs. I don't want it on their body or face. Background's okay. And needs words. It needs something, but other than that, it's done. So let me take this paper, the barrier papers out. You can see a little bit better. And I'll have some close-ups at the end with whatever I decide to put there. Just watch for it at the end in the close-ups. So thanks for hanging in there with me, but it was good to get back into my journal. It's been a long time, which is probably why it took me a long time to get going again here. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back. Hit that bell so that you can get notified when I upload new videos. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that if you think that my videos are something that you'd like to continue to watch. And in the meantime, go make some art. Bye!